Let me talk to them first, and then we can talk. Is that okay?
Were they here?
I was here first, yes.
I just want you to know.
What's in your jacket? I don't want. I'm kind of nervous for your hand in your jacket like that.
You're nervous?
Yeah.
On the evening of October 5th, 2024, outside the Olympic Drive police station, a violent confrontation unfolded. According to reports, 28-year-old Dea Abdelhadi Halaibe had earlier assaulted an employee at a nearby store before fleeing with a stolen knife set. Shortly after, he arrived at the police station and pressed the call button, requesting to speak with an officer. What happened next was captured on body cam footage, escalating into a tense encounter. As an officer opened the courtyard door, Halaibe stood outside with his hand hidden inside his jacket, raising immediate suspicion. Without warning, he lunged forward, armed with a stolen 8-inch knife. The officer quickly retreated, trying to create distance, but a struggle ensued. Amid the chaos, the officer was forced to defend himself. Halaibe was later pronounced at the scene, and the officer, despite sustaining injuries, survived. On January 15, 2023, Yeti Airlines Flight 691, a domestic flight traveling from Kathmandu to Pokhara, Nepal, was carrying 72 people, including 4 crew members. As the ATR 72-500 twin-engine turboprop aircraft neared Pokhara Airport, a terrifying incident occurred. Among the passengers was Sonu Jaiswal, who was live-streaming the flight on social media. His footage captured the calm atmosphere inside the cabin, with passengers unaware of the catastrophe about to unfold. As the aircraft flew low over a populated area near the Seti River Gorge, it suddenly banked sharply to the left, a clear sign of critical failure. Within seconds, the plane began its rapid descent, and the live stream cut off abruptly, replaced by the sound of impact, flames, and chaos. The aircraft crashed into a ravine near Pokhara, shattering into pieces and bursting into flames. Despite a swift response from rescue teams, the disaster left no survivors among the 72 people on board. Investigations later confirmed that the crash was caused by pilot error, a fatal mistake where the pilot inadvertently pulled the wrong lever, disabling the wing flaps and sealing the aircraft's tragic fate. The shocking incident you just witnessed took place at Machado Supermarket in Sinop, Brazil, on January 18, 2025, around 7:30 p.m. Captured on CCTV, the footage shows a man entering the store with a chilling sense of purpose, walking directly to a shelf and picking up a shovel. Moments later, he followed the manager before launching an unexpected attack when the manager was distracted. The manager collapsed instantly, but quick-thinking employees sprang into action, tackling and restraining the attacker until police arrived. According to reports, the suspect wasn't an employee, but the husband of one. His wife, a supermarket worker, had allegedly complained about the manager, prompting the violent act. The 43-year-old manager sustained injuries but survived the attack. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard about the devastating LA wildfires. But nothing compares to seeing the destruction firsthand. Recorded at 12:30 a.m. by @Alakeek, the footage shows walls of fire consuming everything in their path. As thick smoke choked the air, he struggled to breathe, his coughing worsening with every passing second. Even with a mask, the fire's unstoppable speed and intensity turned his escape into a desperate race against time. Just a month earlier, he had managed to save his own home and 5 others during another wildfire. But this time, the fire was too powerful. Despite his efforts to save his girlfriend's house, the smoke became unbearable and he had to abandon the attempt. Thankfully, both he and his girlfriend escaped unharmed. Tragically, their home was completely destroyed, along with everything inside. A terrifying highway incident was captured on dashcam on January 2nd, 2025 at 5 p.m. between Vicente Guerrero and Expacab Ejidos in Mexico. It began when a tractor-trailer driver attempted to overtake another cargo vehicle, but in the process, collided head-on with a fuel tanker. The impact triggered a massive explosion, engulfing both trucks in flames. A dashcam from the overtaken truck captured the moment of impact. The driver, with no way to stop, drove straight through the blazing wreckage, lost control, and crashed into nearby trees. Miraculously, he survived, escaping through a window unharmed. Authorities continue to investigate the cause of the crash, but it has been confirmed that both truck drivers involved in the head-on collision passed away. This harrowing encounter took place at Satpura Tiger Reserve in Narmadapuram district, where a forest guard found himself clinging to a tree, while a tiger prowled below. It all began when forest guard Anulal Busare and his colleague Dahal Singh were on patrol. Noticing unusual movement among herbivores, they suspected a predator nearby. Moments later, a deep guttural growl confirmed their fears. With no time to react, both men scrambled up separate trees for safety. From his perch, Anulal watched in tense silence as a tiger emerged from the underbrush, pacing beneath him for 15 to 20 agonizing minutes. Occasionally, it glanced upward, as if assessing the figure above. Despite the danger, Anulal managed to capture the encounter on video, documenting the tiger's movements as it circled below. But tigers aren't just formidable on the ground. They are strong climbers. If it had chosen to pursue, it could have scaled the lower branches or leapt high enough to knock him down. After what felt like an eternity, the tiger lost interest and wandered off, allowing the guards to climb down and make their way back to the reserve office, shaken but unharmed. A chilling reminder that in the wild, survival often comes down to instinct, timing, and sheer luck. Some friends decided to have some fun on quad bikes, but things quickly went downhill when one of them made a rookie mistake that led to a disastrous outcome. The first rider found himself stuck in the mud, but with the help of a more experienced friend, he managed to get out. Then came the second rider, determined to prove he didn't need assistance. Instead of proceeding cautiously, he made a classic beginner's mistake. He hit the gas hard, trying to power straight through. He accelerated so aggressively that his front wheels barely touched the ground. But instead of backing off or regaining control, the quad bike spun out wildly, and the outcome was as bad as expected. One Reddit user didn't hold back, commenting, "No point protecting your brain if you're not going to use it." Others were more forgiving, pointing out that this is a common mistake for beginners. When panic sets in, riders grip the handlebars tighter, unintentionally twisting the throttle even more, a reflex that only makes things worse. It's a dangerous cycle many novices fall into. So, if you ever find yourself riding a quad bike, keep in mind that a little caution can save you from a lot of embarrassment. Or worse. For our bonus video, we have an insane clip from Mount Elbrus in Russia, where a group of alpinists had a terrifyingly close call. While climbing, the group watched in shock as a massive rock detached from the mountain and hurtled downward at an incredible speed. With seconds to spare, they quickly moved out of the rock's path, narrowly avoiding disaster. Incredibly, the rock veered off course and no one was hurt. But had it struck any of them, the outcome would have been fatal.